So today I'm going to share with you how to turn climate woes into wellness, which is such an important skill right now. I've been traveling all around the world for the last 6 years, talking about climate change. And what I've noticed is that there are some people who hear about climate change first. We can acknowledge and validate our feelings about the climate crisis. Next, we can focus on the positive aspects of living in a sustainable and regenerative way. Talking about our feelings can help us to put them into perspective and to see them in a new light. Acknowledge and validate your feelings. It can also help us to come up with solutions and to make positive changes. When we think about the climate crisis, it's easy to get caught up in all the negative aspects. You might find that you feel better about the future and that you're more motivated to make positive changes. We might appreciate the taste of fresh, local food, or the connection we feel to our community. This will help us to stay motivated and committed over time. Even small actions can add up to make a big impact. So find ways to take action on the issues that matter most to you and watch your climate woes turn into wellness. For example, if we're concerned about the impact of climate change on our local community, we might volunteer with a local environmental organization or participate in a community garden. If we're passionate about protecting wildlife, we might donate to a wildlife conservation organization or volunteer at a local animal shelter. We can also reach out to our elected officials and let them know that we care about these issues. We can also make changes to our lifestyle that will reduce our impact on the planet. Even small changes can make a big difference. For example, we could switch to a more sustainable diet, use public transportation, recycle, compost, and use reusable bags and containers. If we care about reducing our carbon footprint, we might make changes to our lifestyle, like switching to a more sustainable diet or using public transportation. There are people who care about you and want to help you succeed. Take a deep breath and feel grateful for the opportunity to learn and grow. Know that you're not alone in this journey. Believe in yourself and your ability to make a difference. You have the power to create positive change in the world. It takes a conscious effort to acknowledge and validate our feelings, to focus on the positive and to take action, but the benefits are worth it. And if you want to learn more about how to live a sustainable and regenerative lifestyle, please visit our website. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you at one of our upcoming talks. When we feel good about ourselves and our ability to make a difference, we're more likely to take action and to stay motivated over time. When we focus on the negative, it can be easy to feel helpless and overwhelmed. But when we focus on the positive, we can feel empowered and motivated to make a difference. Choose to focus on the good things in your life and the positive impact you can make in the world. You have the power to create the life you want and to make a difference in the world. So believe in yourself, have a positive mindset, and take action towards the things that are important to you. You have the power to create positive change in your life and in the world. Every day, people around the world are coming together to find solutions to the problems we face. We can find strength in numbers, and we can feel empowered, knowing that we're all working towards a common goal. Whatever actions we take, we should make sure that they're meaningful to us and that they make a real difference. Taking action is one of the best ways to cope with the negative emotions that can arise when we think about the climate crisis. When we take action, we feel like we're in control and that we're making a difference. We also feel a sense of accomplishment and satisfaction when we know that we've done something positive. This might mean taking a few deep breaths and tuning into our bodies to feel the emotions that are coming up. For example, instead of thinking, what if we run out of time and the planet is destroyed? We can think, what can I do today to make a positive impact? When we focus on the positive, we'll be able to feel better about the future and we'll be more motivated to take action. We can also practice self-compassion and remind ourselves that it's okay to feel this way. We might say to ourselves, I'm feeling scared right now, and it's okay to feel scared. I'm doing my best to cope with this situation. By practicing self-compassion and self-acceptance, we can create a safe space for ourselves to process our emotions in a healthy way. We might find joy in the simple things in life, like spending time in nature or being present in the moment. When we focus on the positive, we'll be able to stay motivated and inspired even when things are tough. We'll also be better able to see the opportunities that exist to create positive change. So make an effort to focus on the positive aspects of living in a sustainable and regenerative way. We might think about the damage that's already been done to the planet, or the changes that we have to make to our lifestyles, or the risks that we face in the future. But focusing only on the negative will make us feel overwhelmed and hopeless. Instead, we need to make an effort to focus on the positive aspects of living in a sustainable and regenerative way. So if you're feeling anxious or scared or angry about the climate crisis, know that it's okay. Allow yourself to feel those emotions and then do something to process them, like talking to someone you trust. And finally, we can take action on the issues that matter most to us. So let's dive in. And they just sort of like sink into their seats and they feel this big wave of anxiety wash over them. We need to allow ourselves to feel whatever it is that we're feeling without judgment or shame. So many of us have been taught that we shouldn't feel negative emotions like fear and anger. But the truth is that these emotions are all valid and they all part of the human experience. Trying to push them away or ignore them only makes them stronger. Instead, we need to learn how to feel our feelings and to sit with them in a healthy way. This doesn't mean that we should dwell on negative thoughts or emotions, but it does mean that we should give ourselves permission to feel them and to process them. When we do this, we'll be able to move through them more easily, and we'll be able to focus on the positive. They feel worried and scared. And then there are other people who hear about the climate crisis and they get really angry. And they start pointing fingers at different groups of people, different countries, different corporations, different industries. And both of these reactions are not particularly helpful when it comes to taking action on climate change. What we need instead is to find ways to reframe the narrative around climate change so that we can stay motivated, inspired, and positive as we work towards solutions. So in this talk, I'm going to share with you 3 different ways that we can turn climate woes into wellness. The first step to turning climate woes into wellness is to acknowledge and validate our feelings. One of the best ways to process our negative emotions is to talk about them with someone we trust, like a friend, family member, or therapist. Okay? So that's the first step. The second step is to focus on the positive aspects of living in a sustainable and regenerative way. For example, we might enjoy the process of cooking with friends and family. There are many benefits to doing so. And the third step to turning climate woes into wellness is to take action on the issues that matter most to us. It's important to choose actions that align with our values and that we feel passionate about. It's also important to remember that we don't need to do everything. Now that we've covered the 3 steps to turning climate woes into wellness, let's take a look at how we can apply them in our everyday lives. When it comes to acknowledging and validating our feelings, we can start by simply allowing ourselves to feel whatever it is we're feeling without judgment or shame. Next, we can start by noticing the negative thoughts that come up when we think about the climate crisis, and then we can consciously shift our attention to the positive. Finally, when it comes to taking action, we can start by identifying the issues that matter most to us. And then we can research organizations that are working on those issues. As you can see, turning climate woes into wellness is possible. If you found this talk helpful, please like and subscribe. It's easy to feel overwhelmed by the challenges we're facing in today's world. But it's important to remember that we're not powerless. As you go about your day, take a moment to appreciate the positive things in your life. It's easy to get lost in the negative, but it's important to remember that we have the power to choose our mindset. And share it with your friends and family. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more amazing content. Your support means everything to us. If you found this video helpful, let us know in the comments below. Please give it a thumbs up.